All right. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to your class with yours truly, the counselor, Mr. James Horton. Welcome back to another lesson, another blessing. All right. I want to welcome everybody in to my channel, Domestic Violence with the Counselor. I'd like you to subscribe, put a thumbs up, and enjoy some of this free education and these free messages that help you, your family, and your little ones, and your young people, right? Help you get out of some things, help you in your struggle of even raising your children, all right? It's okay. Today's lesson is going to be a lesson called The Domestic Black Message. The Domestic Black Message, all right? These are some information that I've gathered in my educational realm and my going to college and just picking up some stuff, listening and documenting stuff that was that came out from our people and our heritage, all right? This is called the Domestic Black Message. It says, a man without an appreciation for his history has no identity. Without an identity, he can have no purpose. Without purpose, there can be no freedom. Without freedom, you cannot live as a man. Okay, one more time. A man without an appreciation, a man or woman without an appreciation for their history has no identity. Without an identity, he or she can have no purpose. Without purpose, there can be no freedom. Without freedom, you cannot live as a man and you cannot live as a woman. Number 2 says, no one can retrieve our values and salvage our people better than we can. That was a quote by Dorothy Height. Dorothy Height. It says, number 3, when I discover who I am, I'll be free. Ralph Ellison. Ralph Ellison, author. 4, a two-parent home, if the father is screwed up in the head and beaten down, there is no more dangerous and destructive in a household than a frustrated, oppressed black man. Nathan McCall, make me want to holler. Right? All right. Number 5. The family is the most basic institution of any people, the center and source of civilization. Within the intimate context of the family, individuals develop their concept of themselves, their values, and their worth in relation to others in their world. The family is the most basic institution of any people, the center and source of civilization. That's what the family is. Within the intimate context of the family, individuals develop their concept of themselves, their values, and their worths in relation to others in their world. That is by Dr. Andrew Billingsley. Dr. Andrew Billingsley. Right? 6. Who is raising black men in this country? Blacks. So if black men are not being very conscious of black women, then it's our fault. Bertha Knox, guilty. Right? Then it's our fault. We got to take responsibility, man. We often talk about how screwed up and how messed up our relationship partners are, our black women are. But, as a teacher, as a head of a family, taking on the role of headship in the household, headship describes leadership. So if I'm not leading right, then or my partner is not acting right, then what part of it is my fault, right? What part of it, or what part of it is those that she may have known before me? It's something to think about. All right, number 7, black families in white America. What happened? He said black families in white America. What became of the people of summer? The traveler asked the old man. And ancient records show that the people of summer were black. What happened to them? The old man sighed. They lost their history, so they died. Right? The people of summer were black, and they lost their history. So it's like a lot of death going on. It's not actual, just really a physical death that we're seeing in our cities like Oakland and other places. There's a death going on, dead people walking around, right? So it makes it real easy to go on and really pull a gun out and shoot up a whole park or shoot up a whole bunch of people for no reason at all, because we're walking around, many of us are walking around dead, not knowing ourselves, not really valuing ourselves. If one values themselves, they can value others, right? Okay, number 8. My family directly and my people indirectly have given me the kind of strength and enable me to go anywhere and do anything. Maya Angelou, poet, writer, lecturer, right? Number 9. The cruelest thing slavery and the colonists did the cruelest thing slavery and the colonists did to Africans was to destroy their memory of who they were before European contact. Dr. John Henry Clark. It was to destroy who we were before European contact, you know, and just take and erase everything that we were and as a people, you know, and all our history, all the good things, all the things to make a person be proud of the race that they come from and they're connected to. But if you erase all that, it can be a bad story, like we see. All right. Number 10. The events which transpired 1,000 years ago, 5 years ago, or 5 minutes ago have determined what will happen 5 minutes from now, 5 years from now, or 5,000 years from now. Again, must read that one more time for you. The events which transpired 1,000 years ago, 5 years ago, or 5 minutes ago have determined what will happen 5 minutes from now, 5 years from now, or 5,000 years from now. It reminds me of the Willie Lynch letter, which was to tell, for those who don't know, it was to help slave masters save their property from, or keep their money intact, right, and not have to kill the slave because he needs a slave. He said, why buy a slave and kill him and lose the profits that you would get? If you maintain your slave, he will work for you for hundreds and thousands of years, and generation after generation within that hundreds of thousands of years for free, if you maintain him. But if you kill him, you're losing your profit, is what the guy, the Willie Lynch guy, was to tell other slave masters. He told them to put the black slave against the light-skinned slave. He said, you put the old slave against the young slave. You put the woman against the man. He said, you make them love you, right, meaning the master, right, to love the master and hate themselves. He said, and if you follow this indoctrination, he said it would last for hundreds of thousands of years. He said they will maintain their roles after picking up and adapting to this role, right, without the master even telling them to do it. They'll go do things and not even know why they're doing it, but because it eventually has gotten into their DNA. And these kind of things are awful things that happen. So again, the events that transpired 1,000 years ago, 5 years ago, or 5 minutes ago have determined what will happen 5 minutes from now, 5 years from now, or 5,000 years from now. From Dr. John Henry Clark. Check out some of these books, right? Read a little about your history. Number 11, we're going to close this out. Presently in America, a war is being fought that will determine the way to control the way people think, talk, act, and behave. Right? Presently in America, a war is being fought that will determine the way to control the way the people think, talk, act, and behave. Right? It's going on. And you know, you've seen coverage that I've had, and we may see a little more coverage here to relate to our troubling past and our troubling present and our future. And we must wake up. but this is just something from your counselor. I thought I would come out with. It is February 2021. This is Black History Month, and I suggest that we celebrate Blackness and Black history every day of the year, every moment of the year, every minute, hour, and on and on and on. Be proud to be who you are. Be proud and love yourself and love your brother, love your sister. That's going to be it for yours truly, the counselor, Mr. James Horton. Thank you for attending my group.